Hello there, and thank you for downloading the guide. This is Brian Kinahan at CEO Mastery, and I'm really excited to be explaining the Big Six to you. The Big Six is a whole company operating system. If you're watching this video and looking at the guide, you probably already understand that in order to scale a smaller business, you can be doing 5, 10, 15 million even and be a smaller business, of course. And you also can be at that size and not have all the systems, the processes in your business that you need. Another term for it is operationalizing your business. I like to think of it as building a well-oiled machine so that you, the CEO, perhaps the owner, you're not in the middle of the machine. You can take off and go to Greece for a month and the machine still operates. And that's a really important transition for you to make as you build the company. Yes, if it's operationalized and you can take off for a long time, you could sell it and for a heck of a lot more than if you're stuck in the middle of it. But we're not doing this to sell it. We're doing this to have a really well operating machine that scales fast and that leaves you the time to enjoy it, but also to do your CEO duties. So that's what the Big Six is all about. I'm going to go through the pillars. While I do, I suggest that you go through the guide, you print it out, and then next to the processes that I talk about, that you score yourself. You know, you might want to do it on a percent basis. 100%, man, we have this, we got it nailed. 50%, we kind of have it, and obviously 0, 20, whatever. You put the percentage down. The way to look at that is to look at the inverse. In other words, if you have 20% of, on average, of everything, or 50%, look at how great your company can be when you get to 100% on all of them, or at least 80% on all of them. It will have a huge impact. And again, I think you know that because you've downloaded the guide and you understand the importance. When I finish going through this in just a few minutes, I invite you to get on a strategy session. It's basically a call. You and I will be speaking. I will be asking you about your business, essentially where are you, where are you trying to go, and then we're going to discuss how you can implement the Big Six, if it's the right thing for you, to what extent it is. And then I'll also tell you about Academy, which is the 12-week program where you get it all done and we do it with you, and it's a great program. But a lot of people may decide they want to do this on their own, install the processes on their own. Perfectly fine with me. But anyway, that's the strategy call. So first of all, there are 6 pillars, as you see. The first one is DNA. DNA and planning are basically right things, because this is built on the overall framework of right things done right. I mean, heck, if you can do the right things right, you're golden. I mean, there's nothing left. So this whole Big Six sets you up to do that so that you clearly define what are the right things, and then you're doing them, and then you're making sure you're doing them right. So the right things are DNA and planning. So in DNA, one of the biggest pieces of that is strategy. Strategy. There's no point in getting good at something if it's not the right thing. And to have the proper strategy means you are aiming your efforts at the right niche. The riches are in the niches. So of course, you don't want to be all things to all people. The more you can narrow it to a nice, healthy market, but narrow and well-defined, and then figure out what makes them particularly, excited and love a vendor, and then you can do those things, then you're off to the races. And the strategy is one of the things that's really going to help you grow, because you're going to be hitting that sweet spot. So we'll work on strategy. We'll build you a strategy map. Everybody loves a strategy map. It's a really cool thing. And we're also going to work on values. Values so important. Values are basically what drive behaviors, and all of that together is your culture. But values are what's important to you. If I value being fit, you're going to see me behaving in a fit way. In other words, you're going to see me out running or exercising. If I don't value being fit, you're not going to see me doing that. So values are what drive behaviors. And we're going to work on the values. We're also going to clarify them with behaviors so they're very functional. This is your secret weapon. In fact, so much of what we do is your secret weapon because so many of your competitors aren't doing any of this or not much of it. So we'll also work on purpose. Nietzsche said, given enough why, people can figure out any how. People want to live for a purpose. Typically, the purpose is to help others and to help ourselves as a team, as a family, as a company, create that kind of environment. And then lastly, a vision. Okay, we're all busy going somewhere. Where exactly are we going and how cool is it? Are we going to Miami? Are we going to Tokyo? Where are we going? And let's see exactly what that looks like so we can really relate to it and orient ourselves towards it. It's like the old story about the stone worker, and somebody came up to him and said, "What are you doing?" One guy says, "I'm cutting this stone." And they asked another guy, and he goes, "I'm building a cathedral." What's the vision? So that everything we do in our company is not just what we're doing in our cubicle, it's to do something grand, go to an amazing destination. The next one is planning. By the way, DNA is the purview of the home of the CEO. That's the CEO's job first and foremost. Looking outside, understanding the strategy, creating the DNA of the company, and implanting that in everybody in the business. Okay. Then planning. That's all about helping people know what the right thing on a more near-term basis and a more concrete basis. The whole idea is alignment. You want to align people's expenditure of time and money, basically your finite resources, towards accomplishing something. Well, if you go into work every day and you have plans that you can follow, then you're doing the most important things and you don't get distracted. Without a plan, we're just kind of randomly doing stuff. Of course, I mean sales plans and budgets, financial plans. We're also talking about departmental plans. Every department head is their own CEO. Where are they going with their business and how are they getting there with their people and their processes and expansion or whatever, improving the quality of their work. There's project planning. There's personal development plans. There's all kinds of plans. So we work on planning. The next is write things we just covered, then it's done. Well, done is people and processes. Hey, man, if you're going to win a national championship, you're going to need an amazing team. And that means having the right design for your business so all the functions, all the roles are identified and then filled with the right people. And so you very intentionally in this process, you design your current and your future organization and you make plans so that you can upgrade the quality of the performance of everybody in the organization and make sure you have the right players in the right positions. There's also training and development, coaching and development. And I show you ways to put in a very easy, conversational, coaching, supportive system for developing your people. On process, really the key to process is repeatability and improvement. You want to have consistency in your process. You don't want 3 people in the same kind of role doing their jobs differently. You don't want new people coming in and just doing whatever it is they used to do at their old company, now they're doing it here. They're just kind of making it up. Or maybe the person who's leaving that position on the way out spends an hour with them and, hey, I used to do it this way. That doesn't work. It's not going to be a well-oiled machine running smoothly if everything is kind of random. So you need to identify how you do things, kind of map out the processes, codify them in some SOPs, and I have a really easy way to do that, no sweat. I used to be scared. The word SOP sent chills through my system, like, oh my God, it seems so hard. It's not hard, it's easy. And the other thing is you avoid single points of failure, because if you have a very good description of every position, then in theory anybody could jump into that seat. If that person normally there is gone, can jump into that seat and do that job because they just follow the process. It's like a recipe. And so, yeah, they're not going to do it great, but they're going to do it. So you don't have these single points of failure. And it's great for training people and cross-training people and all that good stuff. So that's processes. All right, now the right things are being done, but are they being done right? So let's get some data, let's get some information more importantly, and let's have reports that are tactical and short-term, reports that are more long-term, strategic feedback. And then of course there's financial feedback, there's departmental KPIs, so that we are learning and understanding through reporting. The conclusion I've come to quite a while ago is that, look, our businesses want to talk to us. They want to tell us exactly how things are going and what we can do to make things better. They want to tell us. Your business wants to tell you. But the business talks in numbers. And so we need to give it a voice. We need to allow it to speak. And we need to know its language. So numbers are all it's all about. I'm not talking millions of bits of data. I'm talking information, numerical information that you can work with, numbers. So we're going to have fun with that. And then lastly, we're going to sort of pump some blood and some circulation into this whole system with meetings. We're going to have meeting rhythm. People getting together. I mean, everybody in your company has this incredible thing. It's called a brain. And they have knowledge and wisdom and experience and perspective. And when you bring people together in a very well-run meeting, a lot of people hate meetings. Why? Because they're run terribly. But it's not that hard to do. So I'll show you how to run a really great meeting. It's really easy. And when you have great meetings, bringing people together to talk about making plans, analyzing a problem, checking out actuals against plan, all kinds of things, then you now have the system going. And of course, there's the part about, are we doing this right? So all of this, by the way, if you're familiar with quality, it's sort of the PDCA, the Deming circle. And so this is the check and adjust portion. You have your numbers to check, and now you're adjusting. Plan, do, check, adjust. We've talked about plan, we've talked about do, the numbers are check. This is where people get together and go, oh, did it work? Did it not work? Let's make some adjustments. And so you get all this going. It's not that hard. We teach people to do it in 12 weeks. You can do it in 12 weeks on your own or 30 weeks, whatever it is. Get it done. And when it happens, everything runs so much better. Your revenue goes up, your profits go up, your employee engagement goes up, your stress goes down, your blood pressure goes down, your time goes up. So I'm really excited for you. Thank you so much for reading the guide. Thank you so much for taking it seriously, really taking it to heart. Please, please take it to heart. Please implement these things. Create your own management operating system and enjoy the benefits. It's not rocket science. It just works. So if you have any questions or you want to talk about your business or whatever it is, book a strategy session with me. We'll get on the phone. We'll have a good time. I'll ask you about what's going on, where you're going, and all that. I hope I have some thought-provoking questions. I hope I have some perspectives that are helpful for you. I'm pretty much guarantee it. So it'll be time well spent, and I look forward to it. So please book a call, and I'll see you then.